this has changed a lot. Like, the field used to be bigger and like extended farther. Every Friday after school, my group of friends would come here and basically just get like a game of all the kids in my grade, and we just play versus each other, guys and girls.
Nathan used to come out here a lot of times, sometimes by himself, with probably about, about 4 or 5 balls. And they had bigger goals, and he would sit out here and just practice taking shots.
You would just go up to Morningside on the artificial turf up the road, and he would just like kick free kicks by himself for hours.
Yeah, that's right.
Simon and I would come out here on occasion as well and work with them, and then, if there was other kids, everybody would play, kind of freestyle.
And that was like a good memory I had every Friday of 4th and 5th grade for sure. My name is Nathan Richmond. We're currently in my house in Atlanta, Georgia. What makes home feel like home in Atlanta? My neighborhood growing up, going to the soccer fields in Atlanta, being in the same neighborhood that I grew up going to school, elementary school, middle school, and even a year of high school before I attended IMG.
We've lived in this area now for 21 years. So, the kids, obviously, both of them grew up here. Nathan was born here at this house. It's been our home. It's been Nathan's only home.
He used to hate soccer. He used to be dragged to his soccer games when he was like 4 years old, and the only way they could get him to even step on the field is if they guaranteed him a superhero toy or just like any incentive.
I would say my earliest memories playing soccer was kind of like when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I first started playing, I was too scared to touch the field. But after I got the hang of it, I would say some of my best memories weren't so much like tournaments I won or stuff like that, but mainly just like little moments, like being able to go out in the warm-ups every day and pass the ball with my best friends. It's something I look back on, and it's something that I cherish every day because at any moment it can be taken away from you. Here I have a bunch of trophies that I've accumulated over the years. These trophies down here are a lot older. This is like from 2012, a tournament I played with my YMCA team. Another tournament trophy for my YMCA team. These are all from, I would say, from 8 to 10 years old are these trophies. And then at IMG, I won Player of the Year my junior year, and then my senior year, I won Offensive Player of the Year. We got the ACC Championship ring, the National Championship ring.
I don't know if you remember when you were younger that the tension inside your stomach would knot up, and you were nervous about that final, right, or whatever it might have been, right, or playing against some of your better friends. But once you overcame that and felt like it's just a game, right, just school. So enjoy yourself.
Even in when I was 12 years old and just going into those games, I put a lot of pressure on myself. I remember when I was from 8 to 12, and we'd go to these tournaments and we played games versus teams that were technically ranked in the country, and it was stressing me out in my stomach. I would get butterflies. I wouldn't want to play, even though I'd get so excited to play, but then when it actually came down to it, I didn't want to because I was too scared. When I started playing for Atlanta United, I think it almost got worse because of I wasn't the only good kid on the field anymore. I think I was one of 30, and I think when I was 12 years old and that happened, I kind of put even more pressure on myself to do better, to exceed those expectations, but it didn't really happen because I just was one of 30 again. After my U16 year and I got let go, I think all the pressure was just kind of gone because I had nothing to lose at that point, because I felt like I built this whole image of just being a soccer player, playing for an MLS academy. But when I went to IMG, I kind of just forgot about all of the expectations, all the pressures, and started just playing with freedom and not worrying about the outcome or the result.
To see that he was at a university he wanted to be, and it would be like such a family-like atmosphere, and coming from such a wonderful place like IMG, we were just super blessed, and it was definitely a God thing, and it was definitely just meant to be.
My dad has probably impacted me the most, just because he probably taught me everything I know about soccer, as well as growing up to be a man.
I think we've always had a strong relationship. I think it just added to it and made it more special. I tried doing a little research online, and I think him and I are the only father-son soccer national champions. I know basketball has done it, but I think, and then to be at the same school is even more rare. I think there's only one other father-son duo in basketball that's done that. But other than that, I think him and I are the only other one.
After a year or two playing in the academy, I started to get, I would say, a little bit better with it, starting to enjoy it a little bit more, my U14, U15 year. But I said that time period was very hard on me outside of soccer, so it was hard to focus in soccer. My grandpa passed away, and it was like I was, doing other things besides playing soccer and hanging out with some different groups of people at home. But then my U16 year, I felt like I started to really kick it into gear, and I was very confident. I was getting called up to play with the older team, etc., and I was playing very well. And then at the end of my U16 year, which was probably my best year at Atlanta United, I got a phone call, or my dad got a phone call saying I was released. And in that moment, it was one of those decisions where, do I give up and do I just play a lower league of soccer with my friends or in Atlanta, or do I try to go to another academy, whether that's Orlando or somewhere close by? And that's when IMG reached out to my parents, and my parents just sat me down and told me that this is the best option for me to continue playing at the highest level and to still have a future with the game, as my dad believed I had. And in the moment, I didn't really know what I had. I think I just wanted to have fun, and I kind of was giving up on myself. But after sitting down with my parents and deciding that that was the best option, I drove down to Florida probably 4 weeks later.
My wife and I are always about the education piece, right? Because he could get hurt tomorrow and not be able to play, right? And then he wouldn't have that background. So I think getting started in college and getting as much of that accomplished, if not all of it accomplished before you go, I think is big. Now, if you have the talent to move straight into the pros, right, and there's a pathway there, do that. But I think that opportunity is far and few between.
Clemson for me, I always grew up, going back to campus. My dad had his national championship reunion. I can remember when I was like 8 or 9 years old playing on rigs, just kicking the ball around in the mud by myself, because it was raining that day, and I was in front of the goal just there for like hours and hours, and it was just a big mud pile after a while. When I was little, visiting the campus, and consistently going there and seeing the people, meeting my dad's friends and the alumni, and it just seemed like a great program and a great university to attend, especially for my future. I think for younger athletes, they go through the same things. They have a lot of pressures and a lot of I guess anxieties. For me, I feel like what helped me was just realizing that whether I played good or played bad, that my friends will still be there, my family will still be there for me, and it's not the end of the world.
I love watching him play. I love seeing his progress. I think my parents, if they were still alive, would love seeing it as well. So I want him to always know that we're there to support him.